Morning, good night.
Good morning, teacher.
Okay, great night. Today's session is about advocacy. So, first of all, I need you to tell me what you know about advocacy.
About what?
Advocacy. Both of you have been studying advocacy for 4 weeks, and that's fun. So, what does the meaning of advocacy?
We always just took discussions and debates.
Thank you. What does the meaning of advocacy? What does advocacy mean? We are talking about discussion, about code, about cases, about what everybody is speaking about. I need first to understand what is the meaning of a subject which I'm studying.
Reading is part of the text and discussion.
Problem, that's called writing. Okay, so first of all, the word advocacy needs a public support in order to raise a case. Okay, public support in order to raise a case for a campaign. Okay, public support in order to raise a case for a campaign. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of public support to raise a case for a campaign?
You get the public support
Yes.
to fight against the system if you were facing injustice.
Nice. You get public support from the people in order to stand against the system, the regime, an organization, anyone who's doing harmful things for your community, or even the world itself, not even your country or your community, but the whole world. So, simply, we're speaking about how to gather all our efforts in order to make a change. With me? Now, we're speaking about how to gather all our efforts in order to make a change. In today's session, we're speaking about something called an advocacy campaign. An advocacy campaign. What is the meaning of campaign? Have you ever heard this word campaign? The word campaign, what does it mean? Yes?
Something like a trial.
Something like trial. Campaign. Do you know the meaning of elections? Elections. Yes. What is the meaning of elections?
Elections in America.
Elections in America.
As a group of people voting for something.
A group of people voting for someone, either becoming a politician or even a president or whatever he is. Campaign is what's being done to convince the people to elect the person. So, it's some sort of advertisement, okay, or advertising. Alright? So campaign means some sort of advertisement or advertising in order to convince the people people about something. In today's session, we're speaking about how to get an advocacy campaign off the ground, meaning how to launch an advocacy campaign, how to gather as many people as possible in order to help us and support us to raise our case. Once again, advocacy means what? Public support in order to raise a case or even to do what? To do a campaign. In order to do that, you need to gather as many people as possible in order to support you. By learning about this, I'm gonna right now face many problems with the right solution. At least, for example, something is being going and reality, something which we do not like. So how can we convince the general administration to change? But you, as a student, you have the right to choose. You have the right to live. That's one campaign. Come together. Come together. And how can you gather all these students to come together?
Take a vote, get signings from each class from the people who want to change and bring it to the
Make me sign. Make me sign. How are you going to make me sign? So you're just coming to me and you have a paper telling me to sign on the side.
With the general issue that most of the people
Exactly. So you have first to convince me with your own idea, with your own case. After convincing me with that case, I will support you. By supporting you, we will help solve the problem. Whether this problem is in school, whether this problem is in the general community, whether it's in the whole of the world, how can we launch such a campaign in order to help them to solve this problem? So, how is advocacy different from other types of strategies? Can you read, please? What is the meaning of this outro? Yes? Exactly. If you do action, they will lead to the result that you enact. Yes? So once again, first of all, we need to know that advocacy involves actions, not just nervous speaking, not just, oh, we have a problem, and this problem is doing us very bad. So I'm very sad about this problem. That's not advocacy. Advocacy must involve action. And by action, we mean what? We move, do some change, to gather people, to support your case, do whatever necessary in order to make the situation. One feeling, your name, number two.
It usually involves getting government, agency, or private business to have unfair or harmful.
What is the meaning of this?
It's like
Again?
it's like the electrical situation.
Correcting the situation. Yes? What else?
All of the development solution.
The government gave the solution. Okay, what else? What do you understand for the state? It involves getting government or an agency in order to do what? To correct unfair or wrong situation. What do you mean by this?
That you need the government
Yes.
or an agency or
Or
yourself
a public institution, even a private business like government, to do what?
correct and unfair situation.
How can I make a public organization or government to correct something they have already done? Your name? Your name. Now, so how can I make a public organization or government to correct something they have done? If, for example, we have, let's speak about our school, for example. Our school has done something wrong. They chose something wrong, for example. Okay? Let's say they put the schedule from 6 a.m. until 4 p.m. If your school day was from 6, they changed it from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Do you think that's fair? Right? So how can we convince them to correct something they have already done? Yeah, how can we make them correct it? We tell them nice. Huh? Yes.
All the students go.
All the students go to the principal. Yeah. Would you rather share us here or to tell us what you have been speaking about? But if you don't understand, perhaps you were speaking different. That's why you weren't concentrating. Yeah, just mood. Ah, my dad's name. I love this. Okay, so mood today we're speaking about something that's called habits and how to launch an advocacy campaign off the ground. In order to speak about advocacy, we first need to understand what is advocacy and how we as students in grade 9 are going to use such subject, right? But just merely for speaking in general cases, whatever you are speaking about, just remove it from our selection. We do not need it, right? It's a burden on us. It's not like a very important topic or something, right? And that's the problem. Once you think you have a subject which is not important, eventually you will not take care and you will not concentrate. So, we have something that's called advocacy, which means launching a campaign or correcting something regarding to a government, an agency, a private business, or any sort of thing. Hey. Come on, you can hurry. So once again, advocacy means gathering public support in order to raise a case. Gathering public support in order to raise a case. While raising the case, we need to correct something that has already been done wrong. And in order to correct something wrong, the first thing is to know. Hey, just a second.
احترام الدرس
What's the meaning of advocacy?
Something
Yeah.
and still people to come with you and tell them like come with me so we can do something that's not correct
Do something not correct.
and something that it's not doesn't like us.
So once again, advocacy means gathering public support in order to raise the case. And while raising the case, first of all, that you need to determine which problem you have. You need to determine which problem you have. And after determining your problem, then you're gonna just start the solution for it. In psychology, to determine the problem.
I know it's very reminding.
Determine, that's the verb. You need to go, that's the verb. Determine the problem. That's the verb. Put your hand on the problem itself. The verb is called determine. Okay? So, in order to determine or to recognize the problem itself, yes? Advocacy means gathering public support in order to raise the case. Gathering means collective. Public support, like your support, student support, people support, everyone's support. In order to raise a case means to make a change. For example, you know, when you go to the court and you raise a case and you have the jury and the judge and all of these people, something like that. So you need to collect all the people's opinions and ideas, convince them about your point of view, and then start making the change. Okay? Advocacy involves what? Actions. Advocacy involves actions. So it's not just merely speaking, not just talking, but it must involve actions. And to do this action or these actions, you need first to select them. Select. Let's, for example, say how many children in the world are illiterate. Illiterate, they don't have education, so they don't go to school. Huh? 10 million. 2 million.
Not a lot of people. Not a lot of people. Not a lot of people.
Not a lot. Not a lot or a lot. Not a lot. Not
1%.
one person. Any other opinion? Just 2 million. Let's say it's in percentage to make it even more. So you say 1% of the students or the kids in the world are illiterate. They don't go to school. Do you think this number is correct or maybe less? Maybe more? 50%. 12%. Okay, yes? 25%. 20%. Okay, there are millions and millions of kids who are illiterate and don't go to school. And this is because they don't go to the school. No, they want to go to school. Yet on the other hand, the circumstances in their own countries that force them not to go to school. Like for example, if a country has a civil war, what's the meaning of civil war? It's a war between the people. War between the people of the same country. Imagine that. How can a kid go to school while the people are fighting in the street? If there is starvation, what's the meaning of starvation? Extreme hunger, life of hunger, right? If there's a plague, like disease. So there are many cases which we can find in them that kids do not have a education. Like after have schools, exactly. But so one teacher maybe 100 students. Most of them don't even understand. Even another problem, right? Some people or some countries in Africa, for example, like Somalia, for example, okay, unfortunately, they are living in extreme poverty, that they don't even have fresh current water. They can't drink water, regardless to eating. Okay, so those people they don't have enough materials in order to go to school, and even they don't have schools. And most of the schools even don't have chairs, so they go and sit just on the ground, on the sun, and one teacher for 100. So that's the problem. Yeah, one teacher teaching them everything. Yeah, it's just like they don't have enough materials in order to support those kids. And consequently, we don't have anything to help them in their country, you see. But here we have all the materials to help them. But in their countries, because the regime itself, the system, the political system, is corrupted, then the people are suffering. How can we help them? That's it. Donate. That's nice. What else?
Maybe making videos to tell us people about their problems. Maybe there will be a science in their country and that will fix that.
Nice. So that's gathering right about them. Nice. Huh? Come on. Give me solution. If we have millions of kids right now who don't have enough resources in order to have quality education, how can we help them? We build schools for them. Studying at their home. How can they study at home? They don't even have electricity. Whether they don't have access to internet. Huh? But that's another problem which we can't support, right? They don't have electricity, we can provide them with such one. Also, is there a problem? Is there a problem? The one in front of Mansoor. You forgot to buy in your bag or something? You forgot something in your bag? Okay. Huh?
Making
Your chair is broken? Take it.
making a donation account.
Making a donation account, right?
People can donate for their
Where people can donate or so simply we have first of all to know what problem we have. The problem right now is that many kids they don't go to school because they don't have enough materials and enough resources to go to the first. Look on the road first. Look about So, yes,
Trying to fix the problem of the economy.
Project is what?
The economy.
The economy. Rough. So, we have many solutions in order to report. But first of all, we have to determine which destination we need to reach. Once again, so I have set my problem, yes? Okay, so right now I have set my problem. I have recognized it, I have determined it, I have known everything about the problem, which is kids which don't have quality education. Number two, what are the procedures I'm going to report? I'm going to do in order to help them, right? Number three, which destination do I need? To what extent will I spend my effort on? So by determining all of this, you need to put your own plan, which we are going to speak about next. Okay. Right now you have a general idea about advocacy. So advocacy means gathering public support in order to raise a case. Advocacy means gathering public support in order to raise a case. And while doing that, you need to exert some efforts by doing the actions, not just verbal speech. Right? So once again, advocacy involves actions that lead to a selected goal. Your selected goal is the problem which you need to fix. Usually involves getting a government agency or private business in order to correct unfair or a wrong situation. It's not the same as direct service. What is the meaning of direct service? Oh, no, that's okay.
Just go to them and say, give me this.
Yes. Like for example, I see a homeless man in the street. I'm giving him money. That's called direct service, not advocacy. Once again, direct service is totally different from advocacy. Like finding a homeless man in the street and giving him some money. Then that's called a direct service. A direct service. Someone has spoken about donation, right? Donations for the kids. Donation is considered to be a direct service. But gathering the people to make donation, that's it. Okay? It may or may not involve confrontation. So the meaning of confrontation, meeting them in a good way or a bad way, a bad way. Like confronting the government, meaning that opposing them. Okay, standing against them. You say right, I say left. So you have different opinions. Coming to what do you need for successful advocacy? For successful advocacy involves many strategies, but the most important thing about advocacy is collecting and gathering your allies. Collecting and gathering your allies. Like if you have an exam or a quiz, for example, and you don't understand something, so you will directly ask the teacher. If the teacher is not here, you will start by asking your friend. So your allies. You're getting them to solve your own problem. In advocacy, we are doing the same. We are gathering the people in order to change the situation, correct something which is unfair. So your cause needs to be right. So not any cause. You must have the correctness of your code. Rightness and correctness. Your group should have some power in number and cloud. So gathering your alive in order to stand against the organization called Y number.
Why can't you just fix I-9 individuals?
Yeah, because simply right now what we're speaking about the government or public institution or even a business, okay? And all of these people, they have many powers, right? If I start to stand against them alone, not change anything. But if we have the power of number, like the Twitter hashtag, that's talking about why do we launch Twitter hashtag?
Because that number of people make better or stronger pressure on the government.
Argument, yes. So, because the more people you have, the stronger argument you can use. So people together can make a change. Better than just one person. Okay? Right? You should also have rudely, which is the issue, which you have spoken about. You must first determine the issue. Once you put your hand on that issue, you can start all the following procedures. The decision and also the climate of opinion in the community. You should be skilled in using the tools available to you, including media itself, which is considered to be a double-edged weapon right now. Media can change a lot of problems in our day-to-day. And last but not least, you should pick your strategy and also tactics carefully, because simply we can't say that you should know your limits. You should know your limits. There is a proverb which we always say, which says that always choose your fight and opponent. Choose your fight and your opponent. For example, don't go to Mr. Olympia and try to fight with Mr. Olympia. Muscle man. A very strong guy. So if you find someone who is very, very, very strong, don't fight him. Just one. We did just like that. So choose your own opponent. So choose your own case. Select your own strategy. Select your own tactics. How can I put pressure on those people, right? For example, if you have a governmental institution, they made something wrong. For example, let's say pollution in Riyadh. Does Riyadh have pollution? Yes. And the first cause of pollution in Riyadh is the people. People. No. Yeah, people, of course, are
Who the people you throw it on? We don't throw it in the place that's recommended. We just throw it in the streets.
okay. Come. One of the worst pollution in Riyadh is the air pollution. They also cause pollution, right? But let's speak first about cars. Cars are considered to be one of the major problems in our day-to-day life. Because right now the pollution or the carbon dioxide which is being produced a lot from cars, it changes our climate, makes it even hotter than it is already hot, so that's a big, big and big problem. Carbon dioxide. Carbon monoxide, that's even worse. That's even worse than carbon dioxide.
And this is the solve the problem with electric car.
That's one of the solutions. Public transport.
If the cars maybe have electric damage, and the electricity itself has make carbon this big. How people make electricity?
How people make electricity? That's another problem. I'm gonna answer you now. Okay. So now imagine with me. Yes. Making the batteries is bad. You're speaking about lithium batteries.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So right now we have a problem, which is the cars which produce both carbon dioxide and monoxide. Right? and this causes pollution in our air, which causes the climate change, and that's bad for all of our people, and even some scientists and scholars think this is the merely cause of our own extinction. Okay, and I'm going to speak about that in another session. So, right now we have a solution. The solution is to make the electric cars. But in order to make electric cars, I'm facing another problem, which is how to produce electricity with those cars and the batteries inside those cars. Right? So, according to electricity, we have a very, very simple solution. Using renewable like solar system. This is the solar power. Solar power, the power of the wind, the water turbines. All of these are very clean power sources of energy. If you are using them, then your problem has been done. But if you are using an old factory and using petrol and gas in that factory, that's the same problem. You're stopping the problem from here and not from here. So in order to change the whole system, you have to first set your limitations and set your strategies one by one. I need electric car, then I need electricity. Electricity, I need a factory which makes electricity. This factory is either the healthy one using the renewable energy or a very bad one using it. So we will use a clean power. On the other hand, we have the battery. We have batteries using lithium. Okay, those batteries, although that they are good, yet they cause another problem. And in order to stop them, we have to change the battery and use another source of energy. So each problem which we can face, there is a solution. But the whole idea is about how to select your solution and make other people do. Okay? Because right now, all of us, I think we are agreeing that electric cars are far more better than the petrol one. Right? Why don't we stop the regular ones?
Because it's easier and cheaper.
Cheaper. That's one of the many, many problems that we have nowadays. Because the petrol cars are very cheap. Really, they are very, very cheap. Then, why I'm gonna let's speak first about Tesla. The last Tesla version. Okay, you know how much does it cost? Saudi Arabia? Give me a number. Yeah, the last version. What? The last car that they have issued. X. You know what? Exactly, that's the number. The first car that has been entered Saudi Arabia is the car. Do you know how much does it cost? The first price is 300 grand, 300,000 Saudi riyal. But the person in Saudi Arabia who entered it because he needed some more accessories, he paid 650,000 Saudi riyal. Someone like me and you consider it being a little more price. That's very expensive for us. While I can buy a new one, I will China, for example, for 150 grand. So we're trying to make that money back. That's it. Over time, we can have this money back, like using solar system in our energy, solar power, right? But how can I get the money first to go to the power? So that's an issue. So for me, it's easier for me to get a virtual car.
And it's like not taken for like galaxies.
Yeah. Yes,
Maybe you get a hybrid car.
a hybrid car, same problem.
No, hybrid car.
I
I think
cheaper.
yes, cheaper than
Yes, cheap. But first, we're speaking about because we still don't have much electric and hybrid cars, then the prices are above average. Let's say they are above average. For a common person, like you and me, it's gonna be hard in order to get one. Right? For a common person like you and me, it's gonna be hard to get one. So your solution is just to get to the zero. But if the government right now is starting to make factories which produce electric cars, and they have grown in number, they are becoming cheap.
Just the components for them, they sell it in what? So it becomes cheap. Much.
Very, very cheap. Just make the factory to collect them, not even to make them.
The industry, they make it if it comes, like they're killing the, they make it.
Yes, they have balance of technology.
Okay, so yes.
I was going to say, if they made the electric copy, it would be still expensive. It would not pay for much. Why? Because if you say this is 300,000. If you want to make everyone buy your cars, you will make it 200,000. But it will be still expensive.
Okay, let's say for example, the car costs the government 50,000, and they are paying it with 100,000. Many people are gonna buy it, right? Yes, but if the car still costs 50,000, and the government are selling it with 70,000, more people are gonna buy it or not? If the car costs 50 and they sell it with 55, more people are gonna buy it not? If the car costs 50 and they sell it with 50, how many people are gonna buy it? Lot, right? You know that most companies, most car companies, they gain nothing from the car. Literally, they make the car, and the car, for example, costs them 100 grand. Okay, they sell it with 100 grand. Exactly, I don't need any profit from the car. You know why?
But they end on the house.
That's it. I don't need any money from the car. Here is my car. It cost me 100 grand, take it with 100 grand. But once you make an accident, once you need to change the part of your car, I'm selling you a car with a double price. Then I'm gaining my money back. So if each country, not specifically Saudi Arabia, if any country started to produce electric cars, what will happen eventually? If they started to produce them and sell them with their own price, then most people are gonna buy them. But the problem we spoke about, we're gonna discuss. The service what? Sure. Yeah, exactly. And if you went to one provider for the car, in order to fix it, change the oil, you have a flat tire, whatever problem you have with the car, it's gonna cost you a lot. If you went to a mechanic outside of your house, it not cost much, right? So they are making the money not from the car itself, but from the okay? So once again, we're speaking about how to make stand against something which is wrong. How to make stand against something which is wrong. Unfortunately.